Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, Father.
As we continue this Easter, we reflect on the gift of God's life that he continues to pour out for us from the cross, from the resurrection, and here at this Mass. We all, though, have other gifts that we treasure, and I have some things that I do. The Knights of Columbus gave me this autographed picture from, it says, Father Tim Sahd, Go Irish, signed by Marcus Freeman, the coach at Notre Dame. Now, I can't think of a better gift. I know we have some Penn State fans here, and I respect you. But it doesn't mean I have to like them, you know? But I love Notre Dame. And I like the coach. He's a good, respectable guy. He seems anyway. Well, when he gave me this, he took time out of his day to write to somebody he didn't know. And he gives me a picture. Does that mean that I get anything from him personally? Do I get any of his integrity? Do I get any of his football knowledge? No, he can't transfer that to me. When I was chaplain at Trinity High School, the team went to the state finals for basketball. They lost. But I was there and they gave me a medal. Now, I never played with the Trinity basketball team, but I got a medal. Does this mean that I'm any good at basketball? No, it does not. It does not. You know, even though I live with the king of basketball back here, you know, you'd think I'd pick up something, but apparently not. No, I'm not. Just because I'm surrounded by people who do well at basketball doesn't mean I do. Like, people cannot transfer, even if they wanted to. They couldn't transfer what they have, their talents, their skills, their life, to somebody else. It's not possible. And to be perfectly honest, most people, a football coach, a basketball player, they wouldn't want to transfer what they have and everything they have to somebody else. Because if they do, guess what? You're now a threat. You now have what they have. They're no longer singularly important. You now have it. But brothers and sisters, what we have is a God who will transfer and desires to transfer everything that he has to us. He gives us his love. We have a God that shared with his Son his love, his life, everything that he had, everything he gave to the Son. And then the Son gives everything to us. We have a God who is not threatened by us. We have a God who is not threatened that if he shares everything that he has and he transfers it to us, because that is what happens in the sacraments, it is a transfer of all of God's power to you and to me, his divinity. He empties it out to us. And he is not threatened that we have it. As a matter of fact, that's the whole point. That we receive everything that he has. Because if we do, we can then live with him forever. If we receive his divinity, we can be with him forever. And that's what he actually wants. And so we hear in the gospel today that we must receive this love. Now, to be honest, if we could receive what the people we admire, if we could actually receive what they have, wouldn't we fight for it? Wouldn't we die for it? Do you remember in the 1980s and the 1990s, it was that phrase, be like Mike, Michael Jordan. Oh, if I could be like Mike. That was the biggest phrase. And so people would buy the sneakers, people would buy the jerseys, everything, so they could be like him. And if we could actually be like him and we desired to be a good basketball player, we would fight for that. We would live for that. We would do everything we could to hold on to it. And yet, brothers and sisters, when we receive the divine life of God here today, I wouldn't say that I wish I could, I wouldn't say that I always fight for that I always desire to keep it. I have many lapses in that. But brothers and sisters, this is what Jesus is saying. We give you everything. Fight to keep it. I call you my friend because I have told you and unlocked the gates of heaven and dumped them on you. Will you fight for it? Will you keep it? Brothers and sisters, he's telling us this because truly we have received the life of God, his divinity. We will receive it here today. We receive his body and blood, soul, and divinity. And when we say that, that's not a throwaway. That is like the truth. We receive divine life today. Do we fight for it? Do we fight to live it? Brothers and sisters, when we fight to live it, when we struggle to live the teachings of the church, the teachings of Christ, which are one and the same, when we struggle to live those, and they're difficult, when we live them, people will see that God is unconditional love. But when we do not struggle, when we do not fight to live them, and I know I don't always, people will know or think that God is not unconditional love. When we fail to love or to live as Christ lives, people will not believe that he truly is love because we are not. But brothers and sisters, if we are to receive the divine life of God, which we will and we constantly do because God just pours it out on us, then we must fight to live it, or else we will make a liar of who we claim to be. Brothers and sisters, the greatest gift we receive is the life of God, given freely to you and to me. Let's fight to live it so that we can be with him now and show him to the world, and so that all of us can live with him forever. Praise be Jesus Christ, King of the universe, now and forever.